everybody. My name is Lila. I'm 5 years old, and by 5 years old, I'm already 5.5. So, I'm gonna show you all my toys.
You're gonna show them all your toys? I thought we were gonna do an introduction to the video. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Liz. For those of you who don't know, I do beauty and lifestyle here on YouTube at least 3 days a week. I know I haven't been doing 3 days a week. Last week I messed up. It was a crazy week and I was having YouTube issues, I was having computer issues. It was rough and I am back on the wagon. So today's video is a much requested video. This is a full face, Too Faced tutorial. You guys have been asking me to do more full faced one brand tutorials, and you guys always ask me about Too Faced, and Too Faced is one of my personal favorite brands. I just love the brand, everything they come out with. I'm always excited to get their new things that they come out with. So it just seemed fitting for me to do this as one of my first one brand tutorials. I've done a couple. I've done like a Wet n Wild one and an e.l.f. one. I'll link those below, but not in a while. So I kind of want to make this into a series of doing a full face one brand makeup tutorial, and then I also am going to do a best of the brand following this video. I'm not sure exactly when, hopefully kind of soon. I want to do best and worst of Too Faced, and then I want to start doing best and worst of all of the brands of makeup that I own a lot of. Do you understand what I'm saying? I feel like I'm babbling. Today's look is very summery. It just kind of hit me that summer is going to be over soon. It's like back to school season now, and fall, which I am excited for. I love fall. I'm excited for fall. But I feel like I haven't quite made the most of summer yet, so I wanted to do this really bright, fun, summery makeup tutorial, very glowy skin, lots of bright colors, and just really have fun with it. And then when fall comes, I will welcome it with open arms. Alright guys, without further ado, let's get into the tutorial. So I'm starting with this Lip Injection Plumping Lip Gloss, and I'm going to let that sit on my lips while I do the rest of my makeup and really soak in and plump up my lips. Then taking the Primed and Poreless Face Primer, I'm just applying that all over my face for a nice smooth base, and I'm really loving this primer. It fills in the pores and smooths out the skin. Now for concealer, I'm using the Born This Way concealer and applying this all over where I have especially dark spots and redness that I want to conceal under my foundation. Then I'm just blending it out a little bit with my e.l.f. concealer brush, and this really just helps create that extra layer of coverage underneath the foundation. And this concealer is nice because it doesn't get too cakey or too thick when you layer it. Then for foundation, I mix 2 shades of the Born This Way foundation and apply the darker shade on the outer part of my face and sort of the contour line, and then I apply the lighter shade everywhere else and just kind of blend them all together. I like to use my Real Techniques sponge for this. I find that it absorbs less product than my actual beauty blender, but this is a water-based foundation, so it does get absorbed by a sponge more than it would by a brush. Just keep that in mind. I just love my sponge so much I cannot stop using it. I just love how the finish of the foundation looks so natural with the sponge. Then with concealer again, I am going to highlight under my eyes. So I make this sort of triangle stripy shape under my eyes with the medium concealer, and then I'm going to go back in with the medium light concealer and apply a few dots to the area to really add extra brightness. Then I'm just blending everything out with the pointy end of the Real Techniques Beauty Sponge. Then I decided to apply concealer to the other high points of my face, forehead, chin, and nose, just to create a little bit of more dimension and attract the light to those areas a little bit. I really like how this turned out. This concealer again is really nice and thin, so it's really great for doing that. Then for setting under the eyes, I am taking the yellow setting powder in the Cocoa Contour Dark palette and just setting under my eyes. Then I'm going to set the rest of my face with the Primed and Poreless Pressed Powder. I love this because it fills in the pores and it just makes the skin look even more flawless. And I'm just applying that all over the entire face and neck. Then I'm going to contour with the Chocolate Soleil Matte Bronzer, and I'm just using an e.l.f. contouring brush and carving out my cheekbones a little bit. This is a really great bronzer, kind of a nice neutral shade for many different skin tones. So I contour that out with the e.l.f. brush, and then I go in with my Arbonne angled fluffy brush and blend out the contour so that there are no harsh lines, so that it blends into the skin very naturally. The Chocolate Soleil Bronzer is definitely an old favorite. I really love that bronzer. Then I am taking this warm contour shade in the Cocoa Contour Light palette and warming up my face. So I am just going in the forehead. I always like to warm up my forehead a lot because it's kind of a large amount of space that needs some depth to it, and I'm just warming that up, blending it out, and then kind of taking it around the rest of the outer parts of my face. Then taking my little black book of bronzers, the Beach Bunny bronzer, which is a little bit shimmery, and I am applying that over the warm bronzer on my forehead. As you guys know, I like to have a little bit of shimmer on my forehead. Then it's time for eyes, starting with the Too Faced Eyeshadow Primer. I am placing that all the way from my lids to my brow bone to create a base for our eyeshadow. Then I'm taking the Chocolate Bonbons palette in the bright pink shade Totally Fetch, and I'm going to place that all over my lid. Just jumping right in with the bright color because I just couldn't resist it. And I'm just using the e.l.f. Essentials eyeshadow brush here. So just packing on that color. I was really impressed with the payoff considering I didn't have a white base underneath. The color just really showed up very well. I think the primer definitely helped with that too. Then after I have the color placed, I take it up past my crease a little bit. As you know, because I have slightly hooded eyes, I like to do this to make the lid appear bigger and just make the transition smoother. So I bring that color up just a little bit, and then I'm going to go in and blend it out with a transition color. And for that, I chose Mocha from the Chocolate Bonbons palette. So I'm just placing that right above the pink and kind of blending them together to, again, just create a nice transition and smooth out the lines. It's also a little bit darker, so it creates that depth and sort of the illusion of my crease being a little bit higher up than it actually is. I'm taking this matte cream shade called Divinity and placing that all over my upper brow bone area. So kind of setting it as, using it as a base since I didn't set the primer. I wanted to put a powder on there to kind of prepare that for other shadows that I was going to blend in, and yeah, I just did that from the eyebrow all the way to where the other color was. Now I'm going to quickly do my brows. Okay, brows are done. Now I'm going in with the shade Cotton Candy and placing that with the same eyeshadow brush on the inner part of the lid to bring that pink out, make it a little more shimmery, and make it add a little bit more depth to it as well. Then taking the Sweet Peach palette and the shade Just Peachy, and I'm going to apply that on sort of the inner corner, drag it in a little bit, and bring it down on the lower lash line a little bit as well. And I was really just kind of starting with a little bit and building it up to see how I liked the color, and I really love the way that these colors combined. I think it brings a lot more of a summery vibe to that Totally Fetch pink shade. I think the peachy shade just, they combine really well. So if you have these two palettes, definitely I recommend using them together. Then I took the shade Candied Peach, which is, it has a little bit of glitter in it, but it's mostly a matte peach shade, and I put that on the lower lash line to bring that sort of peachy corally color out a little bit more. And yeah, I just placed that all under my lashes along the lower lash line. And you could definitely stick with the pink shade and take that Totally Fetch shade and put that on the lower lash line, but I just wanted to get creative and try something a little bit more colorful and interesting, so that's why I went with the Candied Peach shade. Then I'm mixing the shade Just Peachy with Nectar and applying that on sort of the lower inner corner and blending that out into the Candied Peach shade. Nectar is definitely my favorite color in this palette, and because I love it so much, I'm going to take some more of that and place that on the lower lash line again to really brighten things up. And I'm kind of keeping that under the Candied Peach, so the two colors kind of both show and kind of transition between each other, but I just thought it really helped brighten up that lower lash line and add just a really pretty glow. And here I'm just taking the flat eyeliner brush and sort of blending the two shades together. Then going back in with that Totally Fetch shade and just brightening up the pink on the outer corner, kind of stamping it on there to just sort of re-accentuate that color, if that is a word. Then taking the shade Summer Yum from the Sweet Peach palette and warming up the outer corner of my eyes. So again, stamping that on very carefully and mixing it with that pink a little bit to kind of just add some warmth to the whole overall eye look, especially the crease area. Then I just like to take a clean fluffy brush and blend everything out so that all the colors transition smoothly and there's no harsh lines, etc., etc. Then I took the shade White Peach and highlighted my brow bone, and I had a lot of fun with the brow bone highlighting, just like I did with the whole look. I just got kind of creative, so I used the shade White Peach, and then I went in with the shade Nectar and kind of created a second layer of highlight under the White Peach, just for fun because I love that shade, going in with that fluffy brush and blending it all out. Then from the Semi-Sweet Chocolate Bar palette, I'm taking the shade Licorice, which is just a matte black, and an angled eyeliner brush, and I'm using that for eyeliner. Since I didn't have any eyeliners from Too Faced, I am just using an eyeshadow and just creating a really thin line. I'm almost smoking it out a little bit, but not too much. It's just kind of a barely there eyeliner look that just kind of accentuates the lash line, makes the eyes look a little bit brighter. You can't really tell it's there. So yes, and then I'm going in with mascara. This is the Better Than Sex Waterproof Mascara. Really loving this, putting lots and lots of layers on that, just making the eyelashes look really thick and full and voluminous, and just the way that I like it. Then I'm applying just a small amount of that mascara to the lower lash line, kind of stamping it on there lightly. I like having waterproof mascara down there. And then I'm just combing it out with this Real Techniques comb to make sure there's no clumps, that it looks very natural. Now for blush, I am taking the Sweethearts Flush Blush in Something About Berry and placing that on my cheeks. I really love the way this blush turned out. It's so nice and natural looking. And I will add a couple more things you'll see in a minute, but it just has this nice, beautiful glow to it and really blends in with the eye color and everything very well. Then I am taking the Cocoa Glow highlighter shade from the Cocoa Contour palette and highlighting my cheeks. I applied quite a lot of that on because it is nice. It has a very nice glow, but it's not a super intense highlighter, so it's the kind that you really can layer on and pack on without worrying about it being too much too quickly. Then I'm taking a second blush, and this is the Peach Bellini blush, the Sweethearts blush, and I'm applying that kind of in between the highlighter and the Something About Berry blush that I added, so it just kind of adds that peach tone and really draws all the colors together. Then for no other reason other than because I could, I took the Sweethearts bronzer in Sweet Tea and applied that all over the high points of my face, kind of all over my face really, just to add an extra bit of glow because why not? And then, again, just because I could, I took the Selfie powder palette in the yellow shade and applied that all over everything, kind of as a finishing powder. This is a totally optional, unnecessary step, but because I had it, I added it, and I think it did add a really nice, warm glow to the face. And just removing that lip gloss that I had applied, which has now finished its plumping effects, I am going to go in with the Lip Insurance Lip Primer. Not my favorite product in the world, but I would recommend if I use this again to really make sure that your lips are exfoliated afterwards. I felt like you can kind of even see that there's like little bits of skin that this primer really accentuates any dryness or bits of skin on your lips. So definitely exfoliate your lips before you use this. Then the first step in my lip look is this Melted Matte Liquid Lipstick in the shade Bend and Snap. And I am just carefully lining the lips and then applying this all over my lips. And this is just going to be a base color. It's not really going to show much, but it creates kind of that warm pink tone. It's kind of something that I learned in art class where you layer colors, and even though this color isn't going to show in the end, it still adds to the overall tone of the look. Then going in with the Melted Liquid Lipstick in Melted Coral and applying that to the inner part of my lips. So I'm leaving the outer areas kind of with just that darker red shade, pinkish red shade, and putting the Melted Coral just on the inner parts. And yeah, getting a really nice sort of clownish looking effect. Then to finish the look, I took the Melted Liquid Lipstick in melted chocolate milkshake, and I am taking a brush and using a brush to apply this all over my entire lip. So I'm covering all of the other colors with this chocolate milkshake shade, and that is just going to kind of draw everything together, create a really nice base on top. And I don't really know how else to explain it other than I just really love the way that this look turned out. I feel like all the products blended together very well. They didn't feel too heavy or sticky, and I just love the way the colors turned out. I just really love it. So there you go. Also, I found using a brush, it was easy to just apply that layer right to the top of the lips without it sort of messing up the colors that I've already placed. I felt like it just kind of worked to really just paint over the colors that were already there. Especially because the applicator on the melted liquid lipsticks are not very precise. With a brush, you can really get in those precise areas. And there you have it, my completed look. I really love it. It's definitely very colorful, very creative, and I know I used a lot of different products. I kind of wanted to use as many of my Too Faced products as I could just for fun. So I hope you guys don't mind. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun doing this, and I really love the way this look turned out. Alright guys, that is it for my full face Too Faced tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what brand you'd like to see next or what kind of a makeup look you'd like to see in my next tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. That helps other people find me in the YouTube world, and I greatly appreciate that. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate you all, and I will talk to you again very soon. Bye!
Hello everyone. Welcome to my mom's channel. Well,
today's video is going to be a tutorial using all Too Faced products. You're so cute. You gotta look at the camera though. You gotta look right there. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. What do you think of my makeup? Do you like it?
Uh-huh. Mom, can I do some makeup?
You want some makeup?
Uh-huh. I want the Elsa kind. Which I'm
sure.
looking where it is. Where is it?
Put away.
Can we get it?
Yeah, we can do that sometime.
No, I want to do it now.
What's your favorite part about my makeup?
That it's really, really pretty, and, well, it's just pretty.
Something in my teeth. Hold on.
What is it? Let me see.
Did I get it?
No.
No? Yes, I did.
No, it's a sparkle.
Oh, I have a sparkle in my teeth?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's great. You're silly.
Red between, like, right here.
You want some lipstick?
Uh-huh.
You gotta pucker your lips out. Otherwise I'm gonna get... Here. Beautiful!
I want this off.
You want it off?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think we would need to put lipstick on the more safer way.
The real way?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, probably. You like YouTube, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? You want your own YouTube channel someday?
Yes. I want my own tablet.
Your own tablet?
Well,
You better
I
get a job first.
first I want my own princess tablet.
Oh.
Like I saw in a store or something.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Can I?
If you get a job?
Mom.
What?
I know which job I want to do.
What job do you want to do?
Mom, can we play now?
Sure. Okay. Say bye to everybody.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.